Hey guys, Harrison101 back at it with a brand new video for you, and this video is called A State of Address for a reason. Yes, this is, as you probably have already guessed, part 18 of my Formula 1 2011 career mode playthrough, but in addition to that, I have some words I've got to say on the record here, and some interesting things happened the last couple of days since my last Euro 2012 video, which I feel I need to talk about, because some things got blown out of control the other day that I feel I have to comment on. Now, cast your minds back to part 14 of my Formula 1 2011 career mode playthrough. It was my 4th anniversary video. I gave out a lot of YouTube advice. I talked about my YouTube past history. I believe it was when I was qualified in Canada. I think that's what the video was. I can't remember 100% for sure, but I think that's what it was. But anyway, in that video, I mentioned how I was talking about how a certain YouTuber was, who I personally felt didn't deserve the credit he was getting, and that guy was Mickey Motions, and I've mentioned him on YouTube before, and in that video I mentioned him, and a couple of viewers pointed this video out, and they brought it to Mickey's attention, and he went on this scathing rant on my video, and a couple of other guys, you know, they'd hop on the bandwagon and, you know, give me a piece of their mind about the situation. And you know what? I looked back at that video, I watched it again, I watched the whole thing, and I realised that, yeah, I was wrong on this one, and I messed up. I'll be the first guy to admit that I messed up. I think a couple of guys misunderstood where I was coming from, but I got wrong the biggest phrase in the book, which is "don't hate the player, hate the game." And I was always more angry at Machinima and the way they run their channel and the way they don't give people a fair break. And I made Mickey Motions a bad example of that system. I should not have mentioned Mickey by name. I should not have, you know, to a degree publicly bitched about him personally when it wasn't him I was truly angry about. I wasn't angry at him. I wasn't really criticising him to a degree. I was more angry at the system. But one thing led to another, and, you know, I said some things which I shouldn't have said, and that situation there, it wasn't the best way I could have done it. I think many people saw where I was coming from, but I think a couple of people misunderstood, and it could easily be misconstrued, and that was a mistake that I personally made. I should not have publicly said his name on the record. I should have just said, the system sucks and here's why. I should not have mentioned Mickey by name, because it comes across like I'm being jealous, and believe me when I say I'm not jealous. I already make money off my videos. It's not a lot, but I do make ad revenue money off my videos now. About 60 of my 80 videos have got monetization options there, so it's not like it's a money. It's not a money thing. It's not a views thing. At the time, I had more subscribers and video views than Mickey. I'm not sure if that's still the case now, but it was a fact back then. And maybe from my elevated position, I got greedy. Maybe it was maybe it was part of my own jealousy that was the problem. And I'm gonna be man enough to admit on the record that I made a mistake. That what I came across like someone who was bitter, and that was wrong of me. That really was, and I should not have been doing that, because I've always said on this channel from day one, I want to be a positive figure and role model for this community, and I want to be the guy that people can rely on, that they can trust, and they can see as a good person, rather than the guy who gets bitter and, you know, wants to get into fisticuffs with other commentators and you know, start immature and childish debates and fights and things like that. That's not what I set out to do. That was never my intention, but I can see why it happened now. I watched it again, and only just realised what I'd really said in that situation, and you know what, I can understand if somebody took offence to that. I can completely understand, because like I said, that was never my intention, but that's just how it came out. And I just like to say on behalf of everybody here at Harrison 101 and all my viewers, I apologise, guys. I really do. I genuinely mean this. I'm sorry to Mickey. I'm sorry to any of Mickey's audience or fans or viewers who took offence to what I may have said. And I want to apologise to all of you guys, all my regular viewers, and all those guys who take time to watch me, because it was my mistake. And I know people who watched. I know a couple of them took issue with what I had to say, and yeah, I realised I was wrong, and I let you guys down, because I always said I'd try to be the best video maker and person I could be on this channel, and I let myself down, and I let you guys down, because I went against my word in that situation. So, to any of my viewers who took offence to what I had to say, I apologise. Make sure this doesn't happen again, because this was a genuine mistake on my part. For the record, I have no beef with Mickey. I have no ill will or feeling towards him. He's a great video maker. I believe I can be a great video maker too, and I believe that we can coexist without a problem. Now, if you commenters still think there's a problem between us, feel free to comment and say, and go right ahead and start some flame wars and stuff. I'm not going to tolerate that anymore, because I had a lot of people criticise me for what happened, and I didn't like it one bit. Because that's not what I'm in this community to do. I don't like having to be negative and said nasty comments and things like that. It's not necessary. It doesn't help anybody, and like I said, my public bitching back then didn't help anybody either. So for that, like I said, I am sorry. Hopefully this will never happen again, and hopefully I can move on with myself as a video maker, and Mickey can move on as a video maker as well, because I don't see what the problem is. So hopefully, I don't think Mickey sees what the problem is, and hopefully I don't see what the problem any of you guys can have. So I just wanted to get that all out on the record, in the open air, so I can forget about it. Hopefully it's never mentioned again, then I can move on. Okay? Cool. Excellent. Thank you. But a quick note on Silverstone and what I think of it right now. I don't like the new Silverstone. I'll be straight with you on this one. I can see why they did it, because they wanted to get a brand new spangly grandstand in there and, you know, upgrade it, generally speaking, compared to the old one. To be fair, the new grandstand and renovation job is a very nice job, but I didn't like the fact they had to, you know, restructure the track and make it longer, and that new section they brought in was annoying. It's not very nice to drive. The pit exit is kind of annoying, because it fires you out straight onto this very fast part of the track. I mean, you're coming out of that first left-hander at 160 miles an hour, and there's a car flying out of the pit lane that's cold, and that could cause some problems. And it's on a quite narrow part of the track as well. So, as you can see, I didn't like that new section. It's kind of, I just miss the old days on a racing game where I would just, you know, have that long sweeping right-hander down to the front straight and then into turn one. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called maggots or something like that. I can't remember. I don't really memorise track layouts and things like that, so I can't really remember the name of the corners. But I don't really like the new Silverstone. Even though I must admit, talking about MotoGP quickly for a second, I remember playing MotoGP 11-12, and the quite nice touch they actually had the unfinished new Silverstone grandstand in the middle of the game, which I thought was quite a nice touch. I was like, ooh, I didn't think they would do that. That's quite cool, actually. It's like an unfinished wood grandstand of like what the Silverstone finish line was eventually going to look like. I don't like the fact that the new finish line is kind of short as well. It's not really, turn one's no longer really a passing opportunity anymore, which is quite annoying. But I don't really like the new Silverstone, and I don't like the fact the AI is so brokenly fast around here. It really is. I had serious issues trying to beat the AI around here. I don't know what caused it, but these computer cars are doing like 128s and 129s around here, and believe me, I was pushing hard in this Force India this time round. Not that I don't normally, but I was really going for it on this one. And the best I could really do was a 130, or you know, late high 130s, early 131s. Trust me when I say I don't think there's much more in that car. I really don't. Again, maybe it's the competitive balance of the Formula 1 2011 roster that's finally caused me to hit my talent wall, but I don't know how the AI is just so fast around here compared to the Force Indias, where they're like 2 to 3 seconds a lap quicker. I mean, I thought the gap was only about a second. Around here it's 2 to 3, which I think is really annoying and awkward. I'm not a particularly massive fan of that, so trust me. I know it says it's 18th, I know it's going to be disappointing, but I've got a feeling it's going to lead to a really exciting race. Hopefully I can claw my way through the midfield like Lewis Hamilton did in Catalonia the other day. And like I said, hopefully the race will be more exciting as a result of this. So I apologise for only coming in 18th. I was the worst of the non-terrible runners, like the HRTs, the Virgins, and the what's the other one? The white ones. I can't remember what it's called. I think HRT, Virgin, and something, whatever. But no, but it's like I was the worst of the legitimate finishers, and I think that's really annoying. Because, like I said, believe me, I tried. I did a full practice session. There was nothing more I could get out of that car. Seriously, I was on brand new soft rubber. I was using DRS as much as I could. I was using my KERS. I had the setup maxed out. I was on a fuel mixer free. Trust me, there was nothing more I could do. It's just one of those things where my talent ran out. Maybe one of you guys, an expert, could get more out of the car than I could, but there was seriously nothing more to give. And then when I was going for one last big lap, I got caught up by traffic again, and that's what pretty much ended my session. And I didn't really want to burn another set of tyres for the race, so I left it at that. So I'm going to be starting from 18th. In the race. Hopefully I get the race up this weekend. I do want to try and squeeze a FIFA video in between, because I'll be straight with you guys. Like I said, my FIFA career mode corrupted, so I'm starting a new one and rebuilding Manchester United again with a brand new team. Hopefully you guys will see that new team in the new video, and we'll catch up later towards the time. But I know I've been on some emotional, you know, explanation and things like that, but I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. I do hope you guys understand my situation and his situation, and you know, this thing doesn't get blown up out of proportion or anything like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, it only takes a second. Comment and subscribe. I do really appreciate all of you guys. You guys are awesome. Don't ever forget that. I'm copying Dunbar Snack Bar now, how sad of me. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment and subscribe. I've been Harrison101. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Sayonara.